Okay, we at the Bayesian 13 Continuum have decided to answer some of your questions, or something like that. So, first one. Yeah, visit my cousin's blog, which is here on the website link. Well, you can't see this is private. You can see this, however. The MegaTen related links. In particular, there's a blog that has stuff about Persona, but if you check back a little bit, there's even an official Atlas page, but it doesn't really have anything useful. It just has trailers. This link here, which I guess I'll put on my YouTube page too, links to Classicgaming.com's MegaTen overview. This is probably the most comprehensive, if not the most accurate and detailed. Is it accurate and detailed? Well, it has a lot of pretty pictures. I think it has some minor inaccuracies. Anyhow, and it is fairly detailed. It covers Stole Hackers, it covers the original NES games, even covers the strategy games which were never translated, and to my knowledge nobody outside of Japan and the Japanese speaking hardcore fans have actually played anywhere through it. Actually, that's not true. There is a walkthrough for at least one of them, so somebody played through it. Anyhow, that's getting on a totally different tangent. I am supposed to be following script. So right, visit the blog, you'll find links to MegaTen related stuff. Right, you should also check out Carl Jung, because he is the psychologist person, I call him one of the founders of psychology, and he was fairly crazy. He had neurosis and multiple personalities, but I don't necessarily mean crazy in a bad way. I just mean that, you shouldn't really worry too much if you are a bit weird, because Jung was very weird and psychologists follow him. Freud was really weird too, but that's another story altogether. Oh, apparently Jung has a relationship with Freud. Well, that doesn't really matter. What matters is that Jung influenced Persona. The whole persona theory is based on one of Jung's theories about having multiple personalities or multiple personas within you. And even Mary in the beginning of Revelations Persona, or Be Your True Mind Persona 1, at the beginning of the series she's in hospital. Unfortunately, you don't see any of that in any of my videos. For some reason, I didn't have footage of the very early part of Persona. I think my idea was to just put out the boss fights before I realized there were so few of them. Why is this aspect ratio different? Oh well, I guess I could redump this too. So I'm planning to play back through Persona again, but I don't know when, because you're right, I'm hardly ever online or have free time. But you can post on my blog. You can also post on my YouTube page, but there's a problem with that. The problem is that YouTube does not make it easy to track comments. So I really don't know if you posted a comment on my YouTube page months ago. Only recently they've added a section where you can see recent comments, but as for comments from like 7 months ago and stuff like that, and even like maybe 2 months ago, I'm only now noticing some of them. Well, right, I wanted to say that Zenko55, you can interpret that as him saying that he's dumb, or him saying that Persona 3 is dumb, or him saying that this is dumb and he plays Persona 3 instead. But whatever. Anyhow, getting back to my script. Right, so I covered YouTube sets. Right, I originally wanted to be a video game programmer, but now I've decided to own the greatest developer studio ever. Will be the Ferrari of games, or the Hyundai, or something. Hyundai has more mass market appeal than Ferrari. So even though a Ferrari may sell for more money and be a higher quality car, or at least a higher quality race car, a Hyundai is probably a higher quality day-to-day car. There's some places you just can't drive a Ferrari, and it's really expensive to maintain. So I want my games to be accessible, or my studio's games to be accessible. Right. So I was doing a bachelor's in computer science and management. Wait a minute, that was redundant. This is what happens when you like try to do videos at like sometime past midnight. Notice it's now 6 minutes past midnight. However, I only woke up a few hours ago, or a few minutes ago. I can't really be sure. Anyhow, you may also want to check out, oh right, I talked about the playthrough from the start. Inform 7. Inform 7, I don't think any of you all will actually like it, but it's good for rapid application development or textual modeling of games. This is for people who actually want to make games or RPGs. See, one of the things you can do is you can create a model of stuff before you actually do the real thing. So since making games requires programming and programming is difficult, you can learn a sort of natural language way of doing programming via Inform 7. I guess I'll put the links right in my page too. And this lets you make stuff like textual adventures like Zork and whatnot. You can add graphics too, but to be honest, they don't seem to really want to tell you how to do that directly. I'm working through the documentation. This is what I do instead of playing Sudoku, because if I'm going to do something pointless, I might as well actually learn something in the process. Interesting. I didn't know Jung was so influential. What is socionics? Anyhow, I know what the MBTI is. And I think I'm going to stop now because I've said everything I wanted to say in the script. And I have nothing more to say.